I have to make, well, I feel like I am just so fed up with everybody talking such negative things about the Kardashians that I feel like I have to let my opinion be known, and I have to educate some of you who are not, who don't know, and who are speaking like lies, basically. Um, so this really all started because the other day I was watching an episode of Anderson Cooper, and he had a panel of pop culture experts on his show, on his daytime talk show, and the topic of the Kardashians came up. So ever since Kim's got a divorce from Chris, the marriage lasted 72 days, obviously. Everybody has kind of like turned their back real quick on the Kardashians. If you didn't like them before, now you really hate them. If you were a fan before, maybe now you're a little upset. And then some of you just don't care, which is fine. You don't have to care. This video is not for somebody who does not care. If you don't care about the Kardashians, then don't watch this because you're not gonna find it interesting. But if you have a negative opinion about the Kardashians, my question to you is why? First of all, there was a woman on Anderson Cooper who was in the audience and stood up out of the audience and started saying to the panel and to Anderson that she does not watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She does not allow her children to watch it. And the reason being is because they are a bunch of white girls from California who prance around Hollywood like they're ethnic. And she thinks that if ethnic girls are gonna be famous and make money, she wants them to be black girls, white black girls, Hispanic girls, Asian girls, not a bunch of white girls who think they're ethnic. And as we all know, it's a fact, their father is Armenian. Their mother is a white girl from San Diego. Their father is Armenian. And so they're half Armenian. They look Armenian. If you can look at them with their dark hair, dark eyes, dark facial features, olive skin tone, and big asses, and think they're a bunch of white girls, then, I mean, what white girls have you been looking at your whole life? Because they don't look like white girls to me. So I just thought she was really fucking stupid because it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, sit down. You don't know. They're Armenian, stupid. Like, everything you just said doesn't even matter because they're not white. So shut up. So that just made me mad. And then the second thing was this other man stood up in the audience and he just said, he was like, I really don't like them. I think they are a horrible influence and I do not want my daughters to watch their TV show. Okay, so this is where I have like a problem. So I'm not the keeper of the Kardashians. I'm not their like voice box. I'm not here to speak their life like I know everything about them, but I am a fan of theirs and I have been a fan of theirs since the very beginning of their careers. And I just, every time somebody says they're a bad influence, I just don't understand why. Like, I want to know what they do that you think is such a bad influence for the world, for your children, for anybody, because I can't think of anything that any three of them, mind you, the three girls, any of the family has ever done to be considered to be a bad influence. It's just crazy to me. And then for people who always say, like, what do they do? What are they famous for? They don't do anything. Like, they're famous for being famous. The whole famous for being famous thing, I mean, I can agree with you on that because that started before them. You know, Paris Hilton is one of the first people who's famous for being famous. But that's something that for me, when I hear famous for being famous, she couldn't help the fact that she was going to be famous eventually. Neither could Nicole Richie, and really neither could the Kardashians. These people are people who grew up in the 80s and early 90s in a family that is in a Beverly Hills family, basically. So what I'm trying to say is they all know each other. They all went to school together. Their parents are rich. Their parents know each other. So they come from like Hollywood families, if that makes any sense. No different than any of the children that are being raised in Hollywood now. A lot of kids in Hollywood go to school together, like Tori Spelling's kids, Heidi Klum's kids, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. All their kids, when they grow up, they're going to be famous for being famous because their parents, mind you, if they're, it doesn't even matter if they're famous. The point is they're rich, they live in Beverly Hills, and they all go to school together. So when they grow up, they're going to be friends, and we're going to find out, oh, that's Britney Spears' son, that's Heidi Klum's kid, those are Tori Spelling's kids, that's Christina Aguilera's son. They're going to be famous. They can't help it. Whatever they choose to do with that fame, if it's, go and just have a regular life, or if they want to capitalize on it and become a business person, then that's their choice. So if you don't know what the Kardashians do or why they have money, or really, if you don't know what to label them as, let me just give you a list of things they do. So first and foremost, they own 3 clothing stores. They own Dash Boutique in Calabasas, Miami, and New York City. So if all of this fame went away tomorrow, they'd still be making money from doing that. That's what they did before they were famous, and they're going to continue to do that regardless if they're famous or not. And I don't know about you, but I don't. The whole sex tape thing is, I don't get it, because I knew Kim Kardashian before she had a sex tape. I knew her when she started hanging around Paris Hilton after she got her divorce from her first husband. She was a housewife from the time she was like 19 to like 25. And then she got divorced and started hanging out with her childhood friend Paris Hilton. People started taking pictures of her because she had a big ass. And then the sex tape got released. And the sex tape was marketed as Kim Kardashian's sex tape. She wasn't even a celebrity. The celebrity in the sex tape was Ray J. But nobody cared about him, because who cares about Ray J? She is on the cover of the sex tape as the star of the sex tape when she wasn't even a celebrity. So it's Ray J's sex tape with her in it. She didn't even, if you've seen the sex tape, she didn't even do anything. She laid her big ass on the bed and just moaned while Ray J was, doing her. It's like, and for anybody to say that that is the reason that she's a bad influence, it's like she had sex with her boyfriend. How is, like, I don't know how that would make somebody a bad influence. Yeah, they recorded it, and yeah, it got released, but that wasn't her fault, or she didn't do that. So, like, I would never hold that against somebody for having sex with their boyfriend. Like, it's just ridiculous. If she was getting gangbanged by, like, 50 men, then maybe I'd be like, okay, she's a little bit of a bad influence, kind of a slur. But she had sex with her boyfriend on vacation in Mexico. Like, whoop-de-doo. She's such a bad influence. It's ridiculous. Okay, anyways. Aside from that, another big thing that they do, they have 6 seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, 2 seasons of Kourtney and Khloe Take Miami, 2 seasons of Kourtney and Kim Take New York, and 1 season of Khloe and Lamar thus far. So they have, 4 television shows. So I think that's part of the reason why they're probably famous, because they have 4 successful television shows. So it's like, don't question what they're famous for. They're famous because they have the highest rated television show on E's, channel history. That's the main reason why they're famous. It's just like, it's so frustrating to me. And then let me just go down a list of a bunch of other of their companies. So Kim Kardashian released a series of fitness DVDs, Fin Your Jeans by Friday. Kim has a bunch of fragrances. Khloe and Lamar also have a fragrance together. They're celebrity endorsers of Quick Trim, a weight loss supplement pill. Khloe has posed for the PETA I'd Rather Go Naked Than Work For a campaign. Kourtney and Khloe Take Miami, like I said. Khloe also hosted a radio show based in Miami while they were there. They had a line with BB called Kardashians for BB, which was a line of BB clothing stylized by the Kardashians, basically. They also have K-Dash for QVC, which is another clothing line. Kim is co-owner of ShoeDazzle.com, kind of like shoe stylist website. They have the Kris Jenner collection. Kris Jenner has a collection for QVC of clothes. They have the Kardashian Confidential book, which I have right here. What else? Dollhouse novel by the Kardashians, a novel that they wrote. Kardashian Colors by OPI Nail Polish, and the Kardashian Collection for Sears. So those are just a few of the things that they have done. And then they have countless magazine covers. I have Complex with Kim. I have Dub with Kim. Another Complex. Here's her fitness DVD. Ocean Magazine, Fitness Magazine, Cosmo, Vegas, Allure, W. Here she is on the cover of People. Here she is on the cover of Glamour, The Hollywood Reporter, all of them. You have Kim on the cover of Harper's Bazaar, all of them on the cover of Redbook. You have Kim on the cover of Cosmo. Here she is in People for her wedding. And here's the latest issue of Glamour with all 3 of them on the cover. So, for somebody who is supposedly famous for a sex tape or famous for being famous, I think they're pretty smart businesswomen to be on the cover of all those magazines for not really doing anything, according to you all. I just think that they had their TV show come out after the sex tape, but the TV show would have came out regardless of the sex tape, because Ryan Seacrest was investing in them because of their friend Kathy Lee Gifford, who always said to them, "Your family's so crazy, you should have a reality show." Kris Jenner finally realized maybe we should have a reality show, because for the longest time she was the manager of Bruce Jenner. So she's in the business. She's been in the business. She pitched the show to Ryan Seacrest. He said, okay, let's do it. So now they have a TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Once it became so successful, she's just a smart woman who capitalized on the success of that and said, I'm going to set my kids up for life so they can work young and have companies and businesses that will last them their lifetime. So that's all they've done. I don't understand what's so like wrong with them. The whole wedding thing, it's like, who are you to talk about stuff that you know nothing about? I don't know if she got married because, you know, for publicity or for money or all that stuff. I don't know anything about that. I'm not in their life. So I'm not going to comment on any of that BS because I don't like to talk about things I don't know anything about. So to any of you who talk negative things and put negative energy about people that you don't know anything about, I would suggest that you stop, because we don't know what you're talking about. Like, if you have nothing nice to say, then just don't say anything at all. And like, we should have learned that lesson in like kindergarten. Yeah, I still see so many people on TV and on the radio and just talking negative about them that it's like you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, they can take a joke. I can take a joke about them. I think it's funny. I joke about them all the time. And they joke about themselves. I don't know about you, but they know that they don't take themselves that seriously. They know that they're not like A-list actresses or Grammy-winning superstars. They know that they are just successful and famous because they have a family that people can relate to. They're pretty, they dress nice, so that's why they have their companies. That's why their show is successful. They know that they're not like, you know, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt or fucking Nicole Kidman. Like, they're not trying to be like that. But you suggest that they just stop what they're doing and be poor. You know, they have to have a job. They have to take care of themselves. I just think it's so crazy that so many people want to hate on them and like diss them, and it's just like ridiculous. Like, you're just jealous of them. Like, it's so stupid. Like, if you don't like them and you've never liked them, or you just think they're stupid, or you think they're ugly, or you have whatever opinion you do about them, then have that opinion about them and leave them alone. Like, people that I don't like as far as like celebrities, I mean, there's very few, because like I said, if I don't know the facts about you, who am I to judge you? But there are a few people who I don't like. I don't waste my energy talking about them because I don't like them. If I don't like somebody, then you're dead to me, and that's it. I don't acknowledge you. I don't talk about you. I don't worry about you because I don't like you. So if you don't like them, then stop talking about them. It's so stupid. And once again, I just want to know why they're such bad influence. Like, what have they done to be so horrible? I don't understand. I don't get it. So regardless of what anybody thinks, they're going to keep on making money. Their shows are going to stay on television. You're still going to be able to buy their clothes at Sears. Regardless of what any of you say, they're not going anywhere. And I love them because they don't care about what nobody says. They're a strong family who all they need is each other. And yeah, I like them. So I mean, I was a little bit mad at Kim. I'll just say that. I was a little bit mad at Kim for the wedding thing, because just like I felt like she knew better, but she just got caught up in the fairy tale of wanting to be married to somebody, because that's something that I would do, because I'm a hopeless romantic. I really want to get married as soon as possible, and if the right guy came along who was stupid enough to propose to me without, you know, either of us really knowing for sure that we're wanting to be together, I would probably say yes. I know I would say yes, and I would plan a huge wedding like that, and then, you know, 3 months into it, I'd be like, I shouldn't have married you, and I'd get a divorce. So it's not that big of a deal. And she's not the first person to get a divorce. She's been married twice. Okay, it's like Jennifer Lopez has been married 3 times. Britney Spears has been married twice. Whoopi Goldberg was married 3 times. Elizabeth Taylor was married like 8 times. So, like, just shut up. Who cares? Like, she got married and got divorced. What is it to you? Like, move on with your life. Why do you care about who she marries? And like, it's just so stupid. Oh my god. My mouth is dry from talking all this much. So that's basically all I have to say about the situation. If you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. And if you don't know what you're talking about, then don't talk about it, because you just look stupid. Okay, so that's all. Follow me on Twitter, check out my blog, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And leave a comment, because I want to know what you think, good or bad. If it's bad, I probably won't respond to you, because I don't give energy to negative energy, but I will read it. And I mean, I respect all opinions, so let me know if you have something to say, and until next time, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.